I'm Matt.
And I'm Neil. We're from 3 Days Grace. We are on Rockin 101, the rock station.
My name is Paladin. It's nice to meet you both. This is Tim. He's a big fan of your material. We're very glad to have you guys on board.
Really love the new stuff.
Oh, thanks a lot, man.
First thing I want to do out of the gate is give you an opportunity to promote, push anything you want to talk about. Just get it out there.
Yeah, man. Well, it's an exciting time for us just having dropped this record that we worked so hard on, having it surface on the level that it has, and people really getting behind it and as excited about it as we are. We took a different approach. We're already 3 singles deep on a record that just came out. You know, we decided to put Painkiller and I Am Machine out, even though the record wasn't done. And to see them go #1 was pretty gratifying. We don't take that for granted.
That was way in advance of the release date for the new album.
Yeah, man.
Was that a record label thing? Or?
No, we were touring because all this sort of happened really quickly with the lineup change, but we went on tour right away. And once we realized that it was totally right, there was a new energy born in the band, and we were excited about the future and the new sound and stuff. Matt came to us with this Painkiller idea, and so we just wrote it right away on the road. And then as soon as we got home, we just recorded it, and we were like, why don't we just put it on the radio now? Who cares if there's a record or not? Just to kind of give people a taste of what was to come, and to see it shoot up the charts was just like, holy, here we go, this is awesome. So that kind of lit a fire under us to make a best record we could, and make a record that kind of had that aggressive edge, I guess, that we sort of started out with 10 years ago. And this record is a continuation of maybe what we were doing in the beginning.
Well, and releasing singles before the record's done gave us more time to work on the record and come back to it instead of being rushed.
That's a good thing.
And I think that really builds up the anticipation for the new album, too.
For sure.
The name 3 Days Grace, tell me, is there a spiritual undercurrent going on, or is that just completely
not spiritual per
happenstance?
se? To each their own, but we're particularly not religious people, but it represents a sense of urgency. And I think people recognize that we've always written about making change in our lives, like identifying the things in our lives that are bad for us, that are killing us, that are destroying us emotionally, and trying to get out of those situations. And so if you had 3 days to change your life, could you actually make those changes? And I think if you listen to a lot of our music, all of our music, it's really about real life struggles, personal demons, addiction, losing people and loved ones and everything around you, and trying to figure out just how to cope with that everyday life. And it comes from a real place, and then it becomes real to our fans. I think that's a really powerful thing.
What was the first experience you had that let you know you made it, when you think back to it?
For me, it was when we had all these stats and stuff, the records were flying off the shelf and all that, but my grandpa didn't even understand what that meant or whatever. But when they played our song on hockey night in Canada, on a Saturday night before the Leafs game, and I got the call from my grandpa saying, holy, they're playing you on hockey night in Canada. That's when
good old CBC.
Yeah, good old grandpa is tuned into the seats. I was surprised he was still awake, but when he heard our song and called me out of the blue and said, that's when it was like, okay, we made it.
Very cool. Well, I've been asking to almost everybody that comes through, you've probably both grown up with idols in your life that you thought, well, that guy's made it. He's the guy I want to be when I grow up. Who are they? Have you met them? And did they live up to it?
Mine's Kurt Cobain, and obviously
that's not possible, right? Yeah. I'm working on that connection, but I can't get a line through. He's got this receptionist I can't get past. So what about you?
I would say the Stones. If you ask me if I'm a Beatle or a Stones guy, I'm 100% a Stones guy.
Fair enough.
They were ahead of their time, and they kind of laid down the groove and really invented the type of rock that I love. We got the phone call in 2006 to open for them in Canada, actually. So we played 2 shows, 45,000 people per night. The stage was so big I couldn't even see the rest of the band while I was playing behind the drum. And then there was a day off in between the 2 shows, and so their crew, which are like 200 strong, hosted a party and invited us to it. So we went to this party, and sure enough, the Stones roll in, all of them roll in, came up to us, hey, great show last night, mates. we had like an hour-long conversation with all of the guys in the Stones. They were super humble, approachable people that were just very down to earth, and that was the most inspiring moment of my life in music.
That's amazing. That's a great story.
It is.
You've been on the road for how long now? Seems like consistently.
11 years.
It seems like one big long road tour.
Yeah, I mean, we're workaholics, so when we're not on the road, we have guitars in hand writing songs at home. But for us, the passion lies, get that adrenaline